Matt, today's days.
Well, what days are today, Kate?
Today is Friday, so we have World Smile Day,
Wow.
National Frappe Day, College Radio Day, and National Forgiveness and Happiness Day.
Forgiveness and Happiness Day.
Forgiveness and happiness.
You pretty good at forgiving, Kate?
No.
No? Okay. Did you do any college radio, Kate?
I did not.
Oh, okay. No college radio at St.
Mary?
Mary.
Nope.
Singular, not Mary's.
Correct.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah, we didn't have radio in college.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Going to KU, yeah, the...
It's so memorable that you are able to recall it right now.
I can't even remember its name. Something Jayhawk? I forget. My brain struggles to go back that far, apparently.
Okay.
Whoops.
Well, it's National Smile Day,
Yeah.
so smile and forget it.
Smile and forgive. Here we go. All right.
What about frappes? Do you do frappes?
I do not on a regular basis. My guess is I've had 2 or 3 over the course of my life.
Okay.
Now, that's something you could probably... It's a coffee-based drink, right?
Yeah.
That'd probably get you closer to accepting coffee, right? With all the foo-foo stuff in there.
Nah. It's not making me try it, so...
Water, sugar, and milk. It says instant coffee here on Wikipedia.
Oh.
Interesting. I'll do more research on this. I've never made one myself. It's listed as a Greek iced coffee drink. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ancient Greece, known for their instant coffee. Yep.
That's how the Greeks do it.
Yep. When in Athens, do what the Athenians do. Something, right?
Toga.
Yeah.
Toga.
Thanks, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
How's your fantasy football team doing?
Terrible.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Terrible.
Yeah, it popped into my head to ask you about it, so.
Yeah, I had to pick up a new running back because, the 3 on my bench were injured reserve, or what's the other one? Questionable. So I had to pick up a new player. I don't know how I'm so bad with Patrick Mahomes and Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
And Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They're both having a hell of a season. Why are they not saving my team?
They're right. They're making up for the rest of your team, which apparently blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Were you able to get Patrick Mahomes? Did you have the first pick in the draft?
I did not. But he was my first pick. The first pick in the draft was Josh Allen, actually.
Oh, snap.
Then Tom Brady. And then me with Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen, another quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm surprised that... Oh, but you've got people in this league that are different parts of the country, right?
Kansas, D.C., Milwaukee, Omaha. Yeah.
Omaha. Great Van Halen song.
That's a good one.
That's Panama.
Good one.
So, okay. And what's on the line? Did you guys ever figure out a bet?
No. I know.
What's the point?
We started late, too, so...
Sheesh.
So, but Yahoo picked our team names.
Really?
So we have Nell's Nice Team, Maureen's Majestic Team, Joyce's Awesome Team, Colleen's Boss Team, and then Kate's Amazing Team. But then they also, I guess a couple of them figured out how to change it. So Superb Owl Party.
I was going to say...
Peanuts Team, and Miller Genuine Draft.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but I am dead last.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's very nice, you guys, to keep Yahoo relevant.
I obviously did not initiate any of this.
You wouldn't have gone to Yahoo for it?
No.
Okay.
But I don't know what I would have gone through. So I can't talk trash. I just don't know how to use this app very well.
Yahoo.
Yeah.
What do you think? Was that pretty good? Yep. Pretty good reproduction of the old Yahoo jingle from back when they could afford advertising?
Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah. Matt PetSmart is now selling furniture for small pets and reptiles.
About time. So I know that there's I'm not sure. Is it called cat furniture? The little tree thing? You know what I'm talking about? The circular thing, the circular tower where the cat can go in and kind of climb up it and scratch at it and stuff?
Yeah. Isn't that just called like a cat tree?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess you're right. That's not quite furniture.
PetSmart is selling hand-carved rocks that allow reptiles to hide inside them. Sheepskin couches for bunnies are also available. And faux leather couches for guinea pigs and hamsters.
Wow. Fantastic. Any recliners in there?
I don't see any lazy boys. Yeah, no.
Damn it.
I know.
Your dog looks at you. No, there's no dog. Is there any dog deals?
Small pets and reptiles.
Small, so maybe one of those dogs that can fit in your purse.
Some Chihuahua
or something.
Chaise Lounge.
Yeah.
And
I read something recently that said Chihuahuas like really took off back in the day when Taco Bell had the Chihuahua.
Me gusto Taco Bell.
People went nuts. Yeah.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. Yo quiero. My bad.
Oh, just flaunt some of your other Spanish language skills.
I did.
Good job. Mm-hmm.
We were at a Mexican restaurant one time and my niece asked for the Chihuahua dip.
Okay.
And it's the Chihuahua dip, but it's spelled Chihuahua. So that's how she read it when she was the little thing.
Contains actual Chihuahua?
No, but that was the name of it.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'd order such a dip.
But she didn't know that it was Chihuahua. So she said, may I have a Chihuahua dip, please?
That's great. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to bring myself to eat it. I would just, even though I would probably know that there wasn't actual Chihuahua bits in it.
Okay, but isn't there a city in Mexico called Chihuahua?
I don't know. You're the Mexico expert on the show.
Now I have to spell Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
City in Mexico. Yes. So how do we know it's not just the cheese dip from Chihuahua?
That's a good point. You're probably right.
And no Chihuahuas were hurt to make this dip.
Chihuahua.
Doesn't that sound delicious?
That's my Al Pacino.
There you go.
What do you mean what sounds delicious? What's in it?
It's just a cheese dip, but the way you just pronounced it, doesn't that sound delicious?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
When presented like that?
Yeah, in Pacino fashion. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Time to revisit the NyQuil chicken challenge, Kate.
Must we?
Yes.
It's bad.
So apparently the FDA got all kinds of flack. Remember we were just talking about, wait, is this just a scare thing? Are we just trying to scare people, with the laced candy?
Right.
Like, whoops,
right.
The children might get marijuana gummies on Halloween or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting a lot of flack for scaremongering. That's what I was looking for. That's the word. And I ran into this article. It was like, you know what? The FDA was right to warn you about the NyQuil chicken challenge, if for nothing else than to just raise awareness that over-the-counter medication can still mess you up pretty good. I think acetaminophen is probably the most famous one. I said, well, it's just headache relief. It can't be bad for me, and it's right there on the shelf. But people have OD'd on acetaminophen, and from what I've read, it's not a good time.
I don't think any kind of OD sounds like a good time.
Well, I know, but this one especially doesn't sound good, because apparently it's very difficult to OD and die all at once from acetaminophen.
Okay.
It just slowly shuts down all of your organs, so you slowly potentially OD and die.
Are you talking about an inadvertent overdose?
Well, either way, some people do it on purpose, thinking that's a good way to, off themselves.
Okay.
But no.
Okay. But like in moderate use for headaches.
Yeah, you got follow the label. Follow the label.
Gotcha.
And your doctor should give you guidance also. Like a lot of people can't have ibuprofen, if they've got ulcers, or I think if you've had like bariatric surgery, you can't have ibuprofen. I feel like that's something. So, as with most things, before you start ingesting medication, maybe have a conversation with the doctor. Maybe.
I would like to sit in on the doctor's conversation when they're like, hey, doc, I'm not feeling great. I'd like to boil chicken in NyQuil, please.
Yeah.
How does that one turn out?
That would be a great conversation to sit in on. But, HIPAA and such.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't eavesdrop on that one, no.
Probably shouldn't.
God, there is a gnat in here that's bugging the hell out of me. Keeps on hanging around this. I'm trying to.
Kill it.
It's like,
kill it.
Smacking the microphone here. get out of here. I don't know. And I noticed more of them sneaking in at home, too. Are they getting into places because they're trying to escape the cold? The incoming cold? I don't know if gnats, migrate inside.
I think my gnats migrate inside because they're like, hey, that produce on the counter that you swore you were going to eat, now it's got bugs. Come on.
Right. Well, I make a concerted effort when the seasons change, twice a year. Picked up one of those gallon things of spray, like the bug spray that you can squirt around your house. Mm-hmm. My guess is it's pretty similar to what the exterminator comes in with, and they spray the corners. And I try to hit under the doors, where they might get into the house, and then the thresholds between rooms and such, because I just thought that might be the time of year where they decide to, come in. Would be, before the first frost or...
Yeah.
So
you might need to up your game quarterly.
Go quarterly with it.
Yeah.
Okay, that stuff's cheap enough to get. Go to Walmart, pick it up.
That's how often our house is treated, quarterly.
Oh yeah, you hire a professional.
We do.
They just squirt around places or what?
They go around the house and they check under the deck and in the garage and in the basement. Yeah. And then we had a wasp nest in one of our vents, way, way, way up high. And we know that that's how they were getting into our bathroom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
wow.
Finally got that taken care of. It's fantastic.
How did those get in? Do you have any idea? Through the attic or something? Or
no, through the vent. It's it's right by our shower. So it's a vent that goes into our house. And then there's the vent in the shower up above.
Oh, it's like roof vents that are meant to expel hot air and got in through there?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's
okay.
under the eave.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep, this gnat that's flying around here is going to be the end of me, Kate.
Don't let it, Matt. Don't let it.
Oh, did I just catch it in my hand? No.
No.
Damn it. You ever pull that off?
Where you catch a gnat?
Yeah, midair. Bam.
Yeah.
In the hand.
Flies, not so much.
Now I feel less Bruce Lee-like, knowing that you can do it too.
Yet.
Yeah, flies are really hard. I think maybe I've caught a fly in my hand once.
No chopsticks?
No chopsticks. No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I did recently nearly drink 2 different flies.
Oh.
They both made it into my mouth, and then I had to spit them out.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, here's what happened. I've got these whiskey glasses that taper in, so they're kind of bulbous on the bottom, just little 5-ounce glasses, and I'm not sure, is that called flute style? Kind of comes in. And so I think the flies were getting in there and then had difficulty trying to find their way out. And so they ended up in my whiskey beverage, and then I take a sip. And then one time I was like, oh, and I was able to spit out just the fly.
Ew.
And then the second time, luckily I was on the deck the second time when this happened. I took a big old swig and I spit out a ton, probably an ounce of.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Pretty bad.
Well, that's how we need to catch the gnat. Put some whiskey out, Matt.
It's a good idea. We do need to start drinking whiskey during this show. Good call, Kate.
I mean, it could just be a prop to catch the bugs. Wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, wink. Good point.
We're not drinking it, you guys. We're just putting it out for the bugs.
Yeah, we're doing it for the whole station. We're doing it for the whole station.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Whiskey isn't necessarily cheap, and we're not going to buy early times here. Mm-mm. No.
No Lord Calvert up in here?
I'm unfamiliar with that one. I'll have to try that.
Oh, that is some cheap. Then you can tell people you spent the night with the Lord.
Okay.
That's what I was drinking freshman year of college. Bad News Bears.
I'll have to see if I can find that at the liquor store next time. Thanks, Kate.
Yeah. Matt, this couple just got back from their honeymoon only to be pranked by their friends.
Okay. What happened?
Okay.
What'd they do?
Well, they saran wrapped all their furniture.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They filled cups of water and covered their stairs with these cups of water.
Interesting.
Okay. There's balloons everywhere. And they filled their bathtub with goldfish.
Those are all really good. Yeah.
I think it sounds like it's way too far.
No, I mean, okay. I think they spared them.
What do you mean?
Okay, so they already had the saran wrap out
Mm-hmm.
and saran wrapped all the furniture.
Mm-hmm.
So
Harmless.
harmless. Well,
Totally
you've already
harmless.
got the saran wrap out. You know what else they could have done?
What's that?
Saran wrap the toilets. Yeah.
Okay. I think the saran wrap on the furniture is fine. I even think the water in the cups on the stairs, kind of obnoxious, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Their bathtub is full of goldfish. Not just like one or two, like full of goldfish.
Yeah, like it's a tank. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they showed a video of it, and there's at least 4 that I counted where they're floating upside down. So not just goldfish, like dead fish in their bathtub.
See, that's why if you're going to pull that prank, you got to come back and feed the goldfish until the couple gets back home.
Yeah.
Not like the fish perish like that.
That's not what I would want to come home to from a trip.
Free dinner.
It kind of sounds like bad friends to me. Why would you guys do this? I cleaned my house before we left. So I could come home to a clean house and I just want to lay down. And now I can't shower without getting dead fish out of my tub.
Okay. I guess that might be far. Should have just saran wrapped the toilets.
I mean, I think the saran wrap on the furniture is perfect. It's fine. It's great.
That sounds like that'd be difficult to remove, potentially. As difficult as scraping a bunch of goldfish or fishing a bunch of goldfish, especially dead. Well, no, the dead ones would be easy to net out of there.
Yeah, they're not squirming.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, how would you do that? Probably the best way, you got the little scoop that's got the net, little miniature net deal. And so what you would do is put that over the drain and then drain the tub. And then that way you just end up with the fish on the tub floor and then you can shop vac them out of there or something.
Ugh.
Yeah. That's my tip, dear listener. If you happen to get a bathtub full of goldfish, what you do is you put the net over the drain the deal, and then shop vac the goldfish out of there and tell your friends you learned it on Matt and Kate.
On Matt.
On Matt.
Yeah, I don't want to be encouraging this.
Okay, fine. All right, we're cutting sandwiches. What's the right way to do it, Kate? Diagonally or across the center?
Okay, it depends on the pickle placement or the tomato placement for me.
On the sandwich itself?
On the sandwich itself.
Okay. No, we're not talking about the pickle on the side.
Correct.
Okay.
Pickles or tomatoes on the sandwich will dictate whether I go diagonal or whether I go down the middle.
Okay, let's say grilled cheese sandwich.
Diagonal.
All right, peanut butter and jelly.
That one might just be down the middle.
For the kids?
But when I'm saying down the middle, I'm looking at the loaf of bread or the slice of bread where the top of the loaf is at the top, and I go down the middle, like north and south. If you go down the middle, east to west, I think there's something wrong with you.
What? Really?
Yes. Do you do that?
Wait, I'm trying to think. So I see what you're saying. So you do it like where the little butt happens at the top of the bread?
Yes.
That's your seam to cut? That sounds right.
So each half has the top of the loaf.
Gotcha. Right. I think that one's, if you're going to go that way, I think you're right. I think that's the obvious way to do it that way. But for the sake of this conversation, diagonally or not diagonally is the question.
Okay.
So PB&J.
Just thought I'd clear that up. Probably straight up and down.
Okay. I ran into this article that makes good points in both directions. And I think you're exactly right, actually, on both those.
Okay, good.
Diagonally on a grilled cheese. And do you have any idea why you might want to go diagonally on a grilled cheese?
Only for the reason that when I was little and my mom cut my grilled cheese diagonal and all the cheese would melt out. I liked that.
God, it's been a bit since we've had that sound effect.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think for nostalgia, I do it that way because that's the way my mom did it so that the cheese would squish out.
Yeah, so this article, it makes a fantastic point. If you cut it on the diagonal, a grilled cheese specifically, first off, it's easier to dip in like tomato soup that way.
Mm-hmm.
And second off, if you cut it the other way, you're more likely to get burnt by the cheese because you'd be biting into the middle of the sandwich as opposed to being able to work your way in from the corners as the cheese cools down. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then the reason why I think you're right on the PB&J, so apparently someone got a bunch of flack for the way they cut sandwiches on the internet.
Okay.
And so one of the counterpoints to this was that if you cut it the other way, if you don't cut it diagonally, if you cut it, the sandwich is actually more structurally sound since you've broken less points of the sandwich itself. You cut diagonal and you have a longer edge to it.
Gotcha.
And so to me, a PB&J seems like cutting it the way that you described, non-diagonal, it would be less likely to fall apart, and especially if you're cutting it for a kid.
Correct.
So,
well, kids usually get squares. How about that?
Like 4 squares?
Say anything? Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. PB&Js, squares. I think turkey, if they don't have pickles, turkey and cheese, they get squares. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's going to be a conversation for a different day. I'm going to have to look into the science on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, did you know that Coffin office chairs are trending right now?
Coffin office chairs?
Coffin office chairs.
I did not know this. I guess it kind of makes sense since Halloween's incoming and all that.
This is what I don't understand. A London-based company called Chairbox Design, they launched a new line of office chairs called Coffin chairs. And I'm like, okay, I'm all right with that. But they're repurposing coffins by breaking them apart and then reassembling them to resemble an office chair. Where are you repurposing this coffin? Like, are you getting like coffins that, only used once or...
Yeah, gently used coffin.
Right? The legs and coasters are attached as well as handles so the chairs can be moved throughout an office. I guess you're going to make quite the statement if you, have to have an interview in your office and you're sitting in a coffin chair. It's going to give off this vibe, right? But repurposing coffins, that's the part where I'm like,
Hopefully they rinse the corpse bits off the coffin before.
Right?
They do that. Now, the only time I could think where you might reuse a coffin, this is kind of dark, but...
Why stop now?
Exactly. Is if there's like a flooded cemetery, and with hurricanes and such happening. Have you ever heard of this? Like a cemetery and then the coffins come out of the ground?
It doesn't sound unreasonable.
Yeah.
But isn't that why in like Louisiana and those states that do get hurricanes, isn't that why they bury on top of the ground? Isn't that why they have the tombs on top?
Probably.
Okay.
But before that technology existed, so
okay.
I'm having a hard time. Before that technology, so there might be just some really old corpses. Maybe these corpses are a couple 100 years old or something. I don't know.
No more goo?
No more goo?
Yeah. No more corpse goo. Like they're already dried up?
Maybe. And then the flood rinses them clean.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not really an expert in this area, but I guess it could be a good side job, make chairs out of coffins.
I mean, I think I'd be okay if somebody said that they're just shaped like coffins and they're called coffin chairs. But when you say they're repurposed...
Yeah.
Like,
I thought these were going to be coffin-themed chairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marvel has their most expensive action figure ever. It is 32 inches tall. It is Galactus. Kate, the Devourer of Worlds.
I was not aware, but he's the most expensive?
Yeah, 32 inches tall. How much do you think it goes for? How many dollars?
$500.
Close, $400.
Oh.
Yep. 32-inch tall, plastic articulation, and out this fall sometime. They say it's a luxury level action figure, Kate.
Luxury level action figure.
That's right. The principal product designer for Hasbro's Marvel team said, "We are very aware that money is very precious and things can be tight. And while these items might not be for everybody, we hope they are accessible for anybody and everybody who has the opportunity to save up for them. We thought the size was a really strong size that you could still manipulate and get in and play with it, and it wouldn't be too overbearing for the user, but it would still look massive and powerful on yourself to tower over all your action figures." Kate?
It's a tall action figure.
Yeah, it is. So, what do you think? Worth it? You said you thought maybe it was $500?
Yeah, I've never even heard of this character, though.
Galactus. That's probably one of the reasons why they can charge so much for it. for the hardcore Marvel fan who's like, I'm going to have an action figure that no one else would dare buy. And then Marvel wouldn't have to print as many,
I'm trying to search him up and Galactus came up.
What's that?
I'm guessing it's something about being lactose intolerant. No?
Sounds good to me.
Right?
Sure.
Galactus.
Yep, got to get Galactate, I guess.
Oh, God.
Is that what it is? What's the... No, that's wrong. What's the drug people take? Lactose intolerance? Lactose drug. I'm searching
they just don't eat or don't do dairy, right?
No, it is Lactaid. Yeah, Lactaid. Not lactates, not lactate.
Yes.
Lactaid.
I'm like, you said lactate, right?
Lactaid. Yeah, don't use any lactation to solve your lactose intolerance issues. It won't work. It
will not work.
Might exacerbate the situation, and it's kind of a bit much.
Ah.